Hello, my name is Francesca Crawley. I'm a neurologist at West Suffolk and Associate Dean for Health Education East of England. And I've made these slides together with Kathy Gallagher, who is Chair of the Trainee Forum and also a paediatric trainee. Reputable newspapers such as The Sun highlight the danger of driving when you're tired. And they state that 4 in 10 junior doctors admit to falling asleep at the wheel after a night shift. In the east of England, we've had our own tragedy. Ronak Patel on the right had been driving home from anaesthetics in Norwich on his way to Bury St Edmunds after nights when he was involved in a fatal road traffic accident. The east of England is huge. There aren't any motorways and public transport is limited. So we'd like to highlight how to avoid road traffic accidents to you. So normally, we're programmed to be awake in the day and asleep at night. However, unfortunately, patients need our care 24/7. We're really not evolved to work at night though. There are risks. There's risk to patient safety because we make errors. We make decisions that involve risk, and these are dangerous when we're tired. We injure ourselves with needles, and we have road traffic accidents driving home. And in fact, the levels of fatigue at the end of night shifts have the same effect on your driving as driving at the legal limit of alcohol. So Kathy and I sent a trainee to over 4,000 trainees in the east of England last year, and within 3 days we had nearly 2,000 respondents, suggesting that this is a really important topic for our trainees. And really concerningly, nearly half of them have been involved in a road traffic accident or near miss driving home after nights. So normally, when you're trying to get good sleep, the thing to do is to get as much natural daylight exposure as possible, exercise regularly, eat regularly, reduce alcohol and caffeine, particularly in the evening, and try to go to bed and wake up at the same time as every day. Have an electronic curfew for 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep, and put your phone outside your room. Buy an alarm clock instead. These are the sort of things we commonly tell our patients, but doctors are really bad at doing them. You are likely to have to work nights, so before you do your block of nights, maintain that good sleep routine. Bank sleep for the 24 hours before you do nights. Have a lie-in, have an afternoon nap, and ensure before you start those nights you're well fed and hydrated. During the night shift, breaks are not a luxury. You should work as a team to take them. A rest period will make you safer. Try and nap for 15 to 20 minutes. If you sleep for longer, it'll disturb your sleep the next day. And if you can't sleep, at least relax in a dark, quiet room. Caffeine's great, but do be careful. It increases your alertness, but it can reduce your sleep quality for up to 6 hours, so better using the early part of the night shift. It takes about 20 minutes to kick in, so have some caffeine before you have your rest, your break, and then it will have kicked in when you start work again. It's very tempting to eat chocolate and crisps when doing nights. We've all been there. Try and maintain a normal eating pattern and minimise your eating between midnight and 6 a.m. Carry a bottle of water with you and drink it. And remember, you are at your very worst at 4 in the morning. Check your work carefully, check your management plans, check your decisions, check your prescribing, and if necessary, get someone else to double check for you. Once you get home, invest in decent curtains or blackout blinds, a good quality sleeping mask, and earplugs, or use white noise. Put a sign on your door, on your room door or on your front door, to say you're asleep and please don't disturb you. Make sure your bedroom's cool. And if you're too tired to drive home after nights, please don't. So I'm hoping that whoever is running this induction session will be able to tell you at the end of the slide set who to contact at your trust for a bed to sleep in, maybe for an hour or 90 minutes before you drive home. That'll make you much safer. And also Where is a place away from patients where you can take your breaks? We're not suggesting a bed, but maybe a recliner chair or at least an armchair. In the morning, a post-night team breakfast is sometimes very useful. It helps you de-stress, you can share your anxieties, and you might sleep better if you've done that. After your last night of a block, sleep for a couple of hours before midday and then do normal activities. Go to bed a bit earlier that night and try and get up a bit later the next day. Try and re-establish your normal sleep routine, and generally after 2 normal nights you'll be back again. So how can your hospital help? You should all be doing forward rotating rotas. That means you do days, evenings and then nights. You should have adequate recovery after nights. Hospitals should ensure that staff are compliant with the new deal. This means you have 30 minutes continuous rest after 4 hours duty and at least one 30-minute paid break for a shift lasting more than 5 hours and a second 30-minute paid break for a shift lasting more than 9. Encourage your team to work as a team. Hospital at night is such an example. Your hospital should provide rest areas for breaks away for patients. They should provide access to good quality food and beds post-nights if you're too tired to drive. Thank you very much for listening.